There were few comparisons with Unix was CUI based OS and Linux is GUI based OS. Unix OS was introduced by Ken Thompson, I said. It was in 1969. Then Linux OS was introduced by Richard Stallman and Linus Torvalds. Linux OS name given on the developer's name Linus. Or one other expansion also we have, Linux is also called Liquid's new Unix. So the modified version of Unix is Linux. And then different flavors of Linux, I said. And Linux supports internet activities. Then Linux comes in different versions known as distributions. Linux is an OS which works just like Windows and what Mac OS, components of Linux, and we come up through two different architectures. Then different levels of working to Linux and Linux boot up sequence. These things we studied. And today we'll see what are the features of Linux. Features of Linux. And in that features of Linux, one will study as multi-user OS. It is multi-user OS, one feature where you can say where multiple users can work at a time on a single machine. So it's like what now? Group of users to a single machine. Or okay, you can test what is multi-user OS. Second, you can call multitasking OS, where more than one task can be executed simultaneously. More than one task can be executed simultaneously. Like what? What does it mean? What it means? Like I can have one file to create. Parallelly, I can send one what do you call program to run in background process. I can open one other application to execute it on what? Right. So now what is happening? Doing like what I said, one task. I'm right. So imagine like I'm preparing one document that is in foreground. That is one task I'm doing. And second, I started downloading one file from internet. There is one more task is going on. And I'll ask printer to print some content. I'll ask pen drive to store some content. So right now you can see like 4 tasks are going on and all of them are going parallel. It's not like one after the other. All are going simultaneously. right? That is what it means when I say multitasking OS, right? And third one, we have something related to called security. It means one should compulsory have account to be created in Linux in order to work with. That is about security. Then something called portable, easily can be migrated between different OS. Then coming to one more important thing that you would find connecting with these features, they call as redirection symbols. You can have all these symbols like greater than, less than, two greater than symbols are the symbols through which through which file or through which file or directory operations are created. Sixth, so these are all generalized features. I'm not talking about any specific version. So almost all Linux will have basic features, and whatever the features I listed, those all are basic. And again, one important thing is from one flavor of Linux to another flavor of Linux, you will have some different new additional things. Now I'm not talking about those all. I'm just saying like general features that you would notice on any multi-user OS. Isn't that we focused on, right? So when we do some file or directory operations, we make use of what? All these redirection symbols, greater than, less than, and two greater than symbols. Greater than we call for input, sorry, greater than we use for output, less than is and double eight greater than symbol is for append. Greater than is for input, less than is for output, and greater than, two greater than symbols is for what? Appending. Right, and there is something important again connecting with the sixth feature, that which you call as communication. This is also one feature. it will allow to exchange, it will allow to send, allow to send message from messages between between connected users. Okay, and connected users to server. It also supports to mail. It supports, or it also supports to what? To do mailing process. Okay, these are our different features that are made available for what? Linux. Now, coming to something important again, we have different types of files. One is called normal files, and normal files, binary files. Instead of binary, they call special file, but before it, I'll write device files. Then I'll talk about what do you call special files. Normal files, what? Files that are normal files. Files, how do you write? Best text files, program files, document files, etc. Text files, program files, document files, etc. are what? Normal files. These files are created by users. Are created by what? Users. These are readable. Content in these files can be readable. Device files. These files are created when a user interacts with hardware device. These files content what is not readable, and there is something called directory files. Directory files are what? These files are created whenever directory is created on Linux OS. These are our what? Three types of files: normal files, device files, and directory files. And these are our what? Three types of files. And something important again in the same concept, and that point is something called as Linux file system. Right? And in this file system, one important point to remember: Linux file system always starts always starts from what? Root. And what is root? Forward slash. Always starts from what? Root. And root, how do you represent? With forward slash. And second thing that you find is these are folders created in installation. Installation of what OS? These files have a unique significance at development and and admin level. Then following are the different files, the different files, different directories that are created that are created Linux OS. Slash etc, one we have, slash lib, slash bin, slash etc, slash lib, slash bin, slash usr, and slash tmp, slash var, right? So all these are what, many are there, many, it's not like one, many, all these are like what, different file systems that which are provided by your what, Linux operating system. Any this was there even in C also, the same things are even available for what, even you find them available in what, Linux operating system, right? Every folder which is available now, it has got its own unique importance, and few of them are there that which as a Linux user I may apply. And one other important we'll discuss now each of these folder, how it will be helpful for us, on what basis it will work for us, on what basis. So based on that point only, we can discuss all the other things that which are connected to what, this file system. And now if you see, there is something called slash var, slash usr, slash bin I said, slash lib I said, and there is something called slash home I say, then there is something called slash we have something called sbin also we have, they on the top itself will write here, slash option, slash what more we need, I said slash etc I said no, slash etc, slash lib, right, slash sbin I said, slash home I said, slash net I say, right? And even we can practically see how each of them is going to work for us. I mean to say, what is the each one significance? Okay, and one more important thing connecting with the file system, as I said, like not all you need to know. We don't study all of them. Few are there, few that as a what do you call user of Linux, you require to have some idea. And few are used at admin level. Though they are used at admin level, but we should know what it is. And coming to one more important thing that you would find that every this one uh, so I'll just highlight here some of them so that you can describe what it is all about, like what each will represent for. And we'll see as I said, no, like we'll see some of them, like no, not all. Let me just see once anything which I missed here. Slash etc I said one, slash lib, okay, slash bin, slash as bin admin will contain all admin commands, bin will contain all user commands, slash usr, slash. Okay. Anyways, all these are. And one more thing that I was saying, these all things also, like we can practically check once we start Linux practical. Okay, then we can see all those things. What is their importance and all. So for each of this file system, let me give you some brief idea of what these files are going to do in our Linux operating system. Slash etc is there, no? You can say like most important system configuration files are in this folder. Okay, directory, you can say in this directory, and you can describe it comparison. It contains data similar to those in control panel of Windows OS. Okay, and then we have something called libna, that which called itself says library file. Library files includes files for all kinds of programs needed by the system and the users. What are they? Library files. Okay, and there is something called slash bin that will contain all commands that which we use. Slash bin, I said, no? Slash bin. Slash bin means you can say common something like called programs shared by the system between normal users and what administrator users. Common. Sbin is in it will contains binary files that are used only by admins. Normal users will not have permissions to use those commands which are in what? Sbin. And there is something called /usr. One more is there. And what it will contain? You can say it contains all programs, libraries. It will contain documentation for all the user related programs. What is it called? /usr. So you can say like it contains what? Programs, libraries, documents, etc. of all user related programs. Okay, and TMP is what now? TMP stores temporary files. So you can say like temporary space used by the system and cleaned up whenever system cleaned up, when system gets rebooted, can be rebooted. That is the reason why it is recommended not to store your content, your whatever the files directories that you have, never put them into what? This TMP folder, because whenever system gets restarted, that all contents are what? Deleted. For that reason it's not recommended. And then we have something called /var. So you can say like this: storage of for all variable files and temporary files, sorry, files created by users such as log files, mail queue, mm, mail queues, downloaded, even downloaded files will also be in the same. Right, downloaded files will also be available in downloaded files from internet. And then we have another folder called what now? Home. And what it is all about, you can say home directories of what? Common use. We have something called slash net. One more, this one, uh, net. And what it is, you can call is standard mount point for entire what remote file system. And there is one special folder. I'll just make a I mean make a list of it. Practically, you see how that process will work. There is one folder always you find created by name lost plus found. Lost plus found. So you can say every partition has a every partition has what no lost plus found in upper directory. And what files you have? Files that were saved during failure will be available in this folder, in this directory. What is that called? Lost plus found. And what more I missed? Slash etc slash lib slash bin slash has been slash user slash temp where home. One more also we have slash. One more is an option. There is something called option. Contains what I said? Contains third party software. Third party softwares. More anything you missed in it? Bin np has been slash usr. One more device files related we have. Select slash dev. What it contains? Contains references. Contains what I said? What it contains? DV contains references to all the to all the to all the peripherals. To all the, what do you call, what types of files it will contain? Peripheral devices. To all the peripheral devices. And they have and they even have what no special properties. So once I show you practicals, definitely you can understand each of it, how it is there, how, where to get, how do you get information about it. These all things we'll study. Okay, these are our file systems.